Hey, Flower Mound Fire Department, Hutch here. Today, we're going to be talking about why the why. Yeah, I might only be a fit, but we have a very own engineer right here. So, the test is valid. Today, we're going to be doing a test about why the why is ineffective for modern fire flows. So here we have a test. We're going to be doing a series of flows. We're going to be doing 4 tests. We're going to flow the one line on the Y, which is what we do normally. We're going to be doing a second test with both lines flowing and no pump discharge pressure adjusted. Third flow will be adjusted pump discharge pressure to get optimal flows from both lines. And the fourth test will be when we shut down the second line, we will see what one line is flowing with the raised adjusted pump discharge pressure. Strap in. All right, for the first test, we have 100 foot of 1 3/4, and then for all of the tests, we're gonna have 100 foot of 2 1/2 trunk line. We're getting 160 GPMs, which we've deemed as most likely our most comfortable flows. 160 GPMs at 110 PSI pump discharge pressure. All right, for test 2, we have both lines flowing, no adjusted pump discharge pressure. We still have 110 PDP. We're flowing 2 like lines, 2 100 foot 1 3/4 lines. We're getting 290 on total GPM, which equates to 145 GPM per hose line. This drops below the NFPA standard for 150 GPM per hand line for minimum interior firefighting. All right, for test 3, we have both lines still flowing, same hose layout, but we've adjusted the PDP. We are now flowing 130 PSI, an increase of 20 PSI to get our 320 GPMs to meet our 160 GPMs per hand line to flow our target flow of what we're getting from the first hand line. All right, for our fourth test, we're going to simulate one line shutting down with the adjusted pump discharge pressure. Currently, we're pumping this setup with 130 PSI, flowing 320 GPMs. I'm going to have our blue nozzle guy shut his down, and we're going to see the nozzle reaction from the yellow line flowing. All right, go ahead and shut down. All right, let's see what numbers we got. All right, so at first we were pumping the one hand line using only the pressure we needed on the PDP. This test, a bonus test, we're gonna run the PDP up to 160 PSI, simulating us pumping something else, and we need to gate this line back to see if the tests alter any. The gate in the exact same position, we are still flowing 150 PSI to that line and pumping 187 GPMs to that hand line, outside the parameters of our hand lines. All right, what we've just seen are 4 of the standard tests plus 1 bonus test on the hydraulics of the Y. What we saw was when the one hand line was shut down with the adjusted PDP at 130 PSI, we were actually still able to stay in range on the one line. The pressure governor adjusted to 175 GPMs, which is at the top of the flow of those hand lines. Now what we also know is most guys don't like when we flow 175 GPMs out of these nozzles, and most people enjoy the sweet spot of 160 GPMs. What we also noticed with the bonus test, when we were pumping a higher PSI for some other line, say if we're pumping the truck and we have the line gated back for the skid load, we do not get the same pressure governor results as we do when we're only pumping the skid load. We had 150 PSI being given to the one hand line and 190 GPMs being flowed to the one hand line. That is outside our operating parameters, and I deem this unsafe. Which leads me to the next point as to why I support us going to the bell reducer. Stay tuned for more reasons why. Command received. Engine 504 is writ. Oh hey, Fit Hutch here. I've seen some stuff from the Suburban on the fire ground. One thing I hate the most is failure from the why. Why, you ask? I'll show you. One thing I hate the most, premature gated Y discharge. You got to worry about somebody kicking the open end open. You have to worry about this Y getting caught on every pinch point and pebble. And what if a possible freelancer comes along and screws your guy inside? If this has happened to you, we've got a solution. Introducing the bell reducer. It permanently alleviates that pesky premature discharge. No chance of kicking it closed or open. And it's impossible for that pesky freelancer to sabotage your guy inside. To get your bell reducer, call the number below now. And for a limited time only, we'll throw in a free Minuteman load. Hey, your gated Y is open again.